Coming up on DC News Now at 4. 8 days to avoid a government shutdown. Thousands of local workers could soon go without paychecks.
And Tropical Storm Ophelia making its way closer to the DMV, going to be bringing us some heavy downpours as well as gusty winds. So keep it here. We'll have a look at that timing in just a bit.
Plus, healthcare workers preparing for strike in the DMV.
It's not fair to the patients. They deserve better.
We'll tell you how this could impact you coming up. Also, the Commanders going for a third straight win to open their season. Can they keep the perfect start to their new era going? And a DC barber takes his business outside the box.
I can't stop cutting, man.
See how he's bringing his pristine haircuts on the road.
The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on this Friday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Annalisa Gale. Mark Hall has the night off. Right now, leaders across DC, Maryland, and Virginia are preparing for Tropical Storm Ophelia, which is making its way up the East Coast. And as a result, we're expecting a lot of rain and heavy winds on Saturday. Taking a live look outside now, overlooking the Kennedy Center there. See the camera shaking just a bit. Let's get over to Brittany Ward. Brittany, tomorrow is a DMV First Warn Day. What can people expect this weekend?
You know, as we head through your Saturday, we are going to be dealing with the gusty winds, heavy downpours. We're also having some alerts in effect. So radar kind of showing you the overall picture. Still have a tropical storm warning in effect for southern Maryland, portions of Virginia. Then the district, we have coastal flood advisories in effect, as well as some wind advisories in effect, and it's all thanks to Tropical Storm Ophelia starting to make some heavier downpours there in Virginia Beach, New Bend, North Carolina, but it has not made landfall just yet. It is expected to make landfall as we head into your Saturday. Now, because of that, we'll start to see the outer bands of rain showers work their way until southern Maryland in about the next few hours or so, and the Weather Prediction Center does have portions south of I-95 under a marginal risk when it comes down to excessive rainfall. But then if we take a look at tomorrow, notice that we are upgraded into a slight risk all the way up until Washington County, and then that marginal risk push all the way back to the mountain counties. And that's because we could see rain totals anywhere between 1 inch to 4 inches of rain falling within a 48-hour period. So you definitely want to make sure you are staying weather aware as we head into your Saturday. So for tonight, already seeing the clouds roll their way through the area, lower 70s by that 6 o'clock hour, holding on to the upper 60s as we head into that 7 o'clock hour. Overall this weekend, not looking pretty nice. DMV First Warn Day as we head into your Saturday due to those heavy downpours, gusty winds, and then we actually extended it into Sunday as well, mainly Sunday morning, because we're still going to be seeing those winds gusting upwards of about 20 to 30 miles per hour. So definitely keep it here, Annalisa. We'll talk about the timing of those showers and those winds coming up in just a bit.
All right, Brittany, thank you. And developing now, we are 8 days away from a key deadline as hundreds of thousands of local federal workers watch to see what will happen as lawmakers work to negotiate. Our political and government reporter Leonard N. Fleming spent the day talking to people about the possibility of a shutdown and how that could affect them. Leonard, what are they saying this afternoon about the potential impacts?
Well, Annalisa, here we go again. That's the refrain from many government workers and others that I spoke to on and off camera. And it's not something that they want to see happen again. If Congress doesn't strike a deal in 8 days, the federal government will essentially grind to a halt. And that means federal workers in an uncertain economy won't get paid. A shutdown could also mean museums and national parks close, and if you travel, expect airport delays and interruptions. The last government shutdown happened in late 2018 under former President Donald Trump and lasted 35 days. Steve Shapiro lives in the DMV and remembers how the last shutdown halt affected his friends who worked for the federal government.
So a couple I know that it's important to get that paycheck, and then when it stops, it does put a burden on them. So there is a financial burden, and it's frustrating because they're, you know, regardless of what people think about government workers, most of them work hard and are committed and really want to do a good job. And, you know, they're being used, you know, for political purposes. And so it's frustrating. Obviously, it's frustrating, you know, any of us would be.
It's important to note that if any shutdown happens in the next 8 days, U.S. mail would continue to be delivered, but other aspects of government would definitely be affected. Reporting from the newsroom, Leonard and Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you. And coming up later in the show, how you can stretch your dollar if there is a shutdown. And at 4:30, I'm sitting down with Michael Schnell from The Hill to talk more about that looming shutdown. And there's another countdown tonight that we're watching, this time for union workers at Kaiser Permanente. They're ready to strike unless both sides reach a deal by the end of the month. Kaiser has over 800,000 members who are treated at clinics and offices across the DMV. Our Haley Milon covers Northern Virginia. She spoke to both patients and frontline workers who say they're at their breaking points.
Those thousands of patients across Northern Virginia rely on offices like this one here in Ashburn. And patients tell me it's tough to get appointments and they're feeling those staffing shortages. The workers tell me it comes down to patient safety. Katrina Shades is a clinical assistant and Kaiser Union member in Manassas. She says her colleagues need to see better pay and better staffing. In her role, Shades helps providers and is a comforting and informative team member for patients. But lately, Shades says they're so short-staffed that when patients come in for a miscarriage, she can't do much aside from giving them a box of tissues before rushing to the next patient. And she says workers can't get by on the 2% raises currently in place. She even knows one liaison who's living out of their vehicle.
Everybody's struggling. Everybody's burnt out. It's just not fair to the patients. They deserve better.
And I reached out to Kaiser Permanente offices here in our area to see what they had to say about the potential impact of a strike on you, their patients. I'll have that coming up in our next hour. In Loudoun County, I'm Haley Milon, DC News Now.
Haley, thank you. Meanwhile, United Auto Workers have ramped up their strike today. Workers are walking out of 38 General Motors and Stellantis centers in 20 states, including Virginia and West Virginia. 5,600 additional workers joined the 13,000 already striking. All three companies employing union workers are offering workers better pay and benefits. However, they've rejected demands to increase pay by 40% because of the high cost of making electric vehicles. All right, turning now to sports. With a win Sunday afternoon, the Washington Commanders could start the season with a 3-0 record for the first time since 2005, but it won't be easy. They're facing the Buffalo Bills. Sports director Derek Forrest joining us now with a look at that matchup. Hey, Derek.
Yeah, the Washington Commanders, they could make some serious noise if they walk out of FedEx Field this weekend with a win. The Buffalo Bills are one of the favorites to make a deep playoff run, and a Commanders win would put the rest of the NFL on notice. But in order for Washington to come away with a win, they're going to have to stop or at least try to contain Bills quarterback Josh Allen. Now, Allen has the ability to beat the defense with both his legs and his arm, so the defense will have to keep their heads on a swivel all game long.
Discipline more than anything else. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to have rush lane discipline. You've got to have discipline in terms of your coverages. You know, you can't let him look you off. You can't lose your guy when he starts to scramble around. You've got to plaster. As pass rushers, you've got to make sure you contain him. If you're going to let him run, make sure he runs to his opposite side. You know, you don't want him scrambling to his right. That's where he's really deadly. Going to the left, that's a little tougher throw.
Now, the game between the Commanders and Bills is the team's second straight sellout this season, and I'm sure FedEx Field is going to be rocking all game long as Washington looks to start the year 3-0. Kickoff for the game is set for 1 p.m. In the studio, Derek Forrest, DC News Now.